Hi everyone, my name's Mr. East and I'm going to take you through first in a series of lessons on fractions. This is for year 3 and 4 children. Hopefully you enjoy. Now, I've said that we're learning about fractions, but we're actually not going to use the word fraction in the next few lessons. We're going to instead focus on two really important concepts and two really important pieces of vocabulary that you must understand in order to understand fractions. They are part and whole. Whole here spelled with a W, not just an H like a hole in the ground. Now, you're not sat here with me, but I want to imagine that you are. So I'm going to say the word, and then I want you to repeat the word afterwards. So my turn, part, your turn. Did you say it? I hope so. Let's try that again with the next word. My turn, whole, your turn. Great. Now there's another really important sentence that we're going to be saying again and again through this lesson and in the next few lessons. Here I've put a line to show where through the lesson we're going to use different examples for each. Now I'm going to say that blank with the word So my turn. If is the whole, then is part of the whole. Your turn. Did you say it? I hope so. Really important that you're joining in to get the most out of your learning. So important, in fact, we're going to say that sentence one more time together. Are you ready? If is the whole, then is part of the whole. Okay, so here is a map, and the map is of Europe. Now, if I bring our sentence stem back up that I said before, I have identified the whole as Europe, so I'm going to add that to our sentence. This now begins, if Europe is the whole. We then have to think about different parts that we can find inside the whole. So my turn to begin with. I'm looking at the map, I can see somewhere that is a part of the whole, and I'm going to say the whole sentence. So if Europe is the whole, then the United Kingdom is part of the whole. What I want you to do is pause the video and I want you to say aloud the same sentence, but you choose a different whole. Ready to pause? Pause. Hopefully you just said a sentence. I'm going to have a go and I wonder if the sentence I say is the same as yours. It might be the same, it might be different because there are lots of different parts. Okay, let me think what you might have said. Okay, I'm going to have a go. If Europe is the whole, then Sweden is part of the whole. Was it the same? If it was, I'm a pretty good guesser. If not, I didn't guess it this time. Okay, I want you to pause it again and I want you to either say a sentence out loud. I want you to say 3 different sentences out loud where Europe is always the whole, but you identify different parts, or I want you to write down that same sentence and I want you to write 3 different parts in 3 different sentences. I'll give you some time to do that again, so pause the slide and then play when you've written or said aloud your sentences. Okay, great. Should have written those down or said them out loud. Hopefully they are right. Now I have written some sentences of my own and I want to show them to you. Here I have written 3 sentences. Again, they might be the same that you said out loud or you wrote down. They might be different. I want you to think carefully about if the sentences are true or if they are false. So the first sentence says, if Europe is the whole, then Spain is a part of the whole. The second sentence says, if Italy is the whole, then Europe is part of the whole. And the third sentence says, if Europe is the whole, then the world is a part of the whole. I want you to pause the video again and have a think and either tell someone that's there with you, write it down if you want, or try and convince yourself whether they are true or if they are false. If they are false, can you work out why they are false, and can you try and correct the sentence so that it is now true? So pause the video and have a go yourself. Did you do it? Hopefully you did. I'm going to run through the answers and I want to try and explain out loud to see if it's the same reasons that you gave. So the first sentence is true. We said at the beginning, Europe is the whole. And I can see that Spain down here is a part of the whole. Ready for the second one? It is false. We said before that the whole shown on our map is Europe. So Italy's not a whole, Europe is the whole, and actually Italy, which is here in the middle of our map, Italy is a part of the whole, not the whole itself. Okay, so the third sentence is false as well. If Europe is the whole, then the world is a part of the whole. Now, this is a tricky one. These are all countries of the world, but the world, the map of the world would be a lot bigger, so that sentence is not correct. Now here I have changed the whole. I wonder if you recognize this map. Let me bring up our sentence scaffold again. I wonder if you can work out what the whole is now. See if you can have a go at saying the sentence just by saying what you think the whole is and then an for the parts. Did you have a go? Okay, so let's see if you're right. The whole in this case is the United Kingdom. So the beginning of my sentence is, if the UK is the whole, then is a part of the whole. I wonder if you can use the examples on the map to think about the sentence that I'm about to say. Have a go, say the sentence out loud or write it down again. Then I'm going to have a go, see if you got the same one as me. Did you do that? Did you pause it? I hope so. My turn. Let's see if I can guess what any of you said this time. Okay, if the UK is the whole, then Edinburgh is part of the whole. Edinburgh is here on our map. It is up in Scotland. I'm going to have another go, see if it's the same sentence that you wrote or said. If the UK is the whole, then Wales is a part of the whole. I wonder if you wrote that or said that. I'm going to show some more sentences now, and I want you to do the same thing and work out if they are true or they are false. Here are my sentences. The first one, if the UK is the whole, then England is a part of the whole. The second sentence, if the UK is the whole, then London is a part of the whole. The third sentence, if the UK is the whole, then Europe is part of the whole. Same as before, I want you to pause the video and work out either by telling someone or by writing them down if you think they are true or if they are false and why. Off you go. Did you do it? Hopefully. Here I'm going to run through the answers and see if you agree with me. So the first sentence is true. Hopefully you got that one correct. I said before the UK as a whole, and we can see on our map here that England is on that map and it's definitely a part of the whole. The second sentence is also true. The UK as a whole, then London is a part of the whole. London is down here in the southeast of the United Kingdom. That's where I'm from. It's definitely a part of the whole. So the third sentence is not true, it's false. Let's think why. If the UK is the whole, then Europe is a part of the whole. Tricky, because before we had Europe, but this time Europe is not on this map. The United Kingdom is in Europe, but we said that the United Kingdom is the whole. This cannot be true. Now, I wonder if you've noticed that each time I've made our wholes slightly smaller. We started with Europe as a whole, we then moved to the United Kingdom as a whole, and the United Kingdom is within Europe. Now we're going to carry on making our wholes smaller, and I want to see if you can think of different parts of the whole. So you guys are probably, if you're like me, probably at home. So our first sentence is, if my house is the whole, then is part of the whole. We're then going to go even smaller again. This time the room I'm in, if the living room is the whole, then is part of the whole. We're then going to go smaller again. If the clock is the whole, then is part of the whole. Now the same as before, what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and I want you either to say aloud to someone there or to yourself if you want, say each sentence 3 different ways, finding 3 different parts of the whole, or if you'd prefer, I'd like you to write them down on a piece of paper or something you've got there with you. Okay, pause the video and have a go at that. Did you do it? Hopefully you've got 9 sentences written down. We won't go through them, but hopefully each one you've identified the same whole and then you found 3 different parts. Okay, so time to move things on a little bit. So far, we started off by looking at area, so different countries on a map. We then moved to physical objects within the house. Now we're going to go to a different concept. Now, the picture on the screen shows that concept. We've got Sunny's house at the beginning, Alfie's house, Ellie's house, and Kofi's house. The concept we're thinking about now is the journey. So the whole is the journey from Sunny's house along the road all the way to Kofi's house. So let me show you that in our sentence. If the journey from Sunny's house to Kofi's house is the whole, then I wonder what is part of the whole. I'm going to do the first one, and then I want you to see if you can do some afterwards. So I said that this is the whole, so a part of that whole could be from Sunny's house to Alfie's house. So I'm going to say that full sentence, then I want you to say the same sentence after me. So, if the journey from Sunny's house to Kofi's house is the whole, then the journey from Sunny's house to Alfie's house is part of the whole. I'm going to say it again. This time I want you to join in and say it at the same time as me. Okay, let's say this together. If the journey from Sunny's house to Kofi's house is the whole, then the journey from Sunny's house to Alfie's house is part of the whole. Hopefully you all said that with me. Now I want you to see if you can say 3 different sentences of your own, which still has the same whole, which is the journey from Sunny's house to Kofi's house. Pause the video, have a go at that, and then we'll come back together. Did you do it? Hopefully. Now there's lots of different parts within here. I wonder, as an extra challenge, can anyone work out how many different parts they think there are within this whole? Now, you might have started each time with Sunny's house. You could have gone within. A part for this would have been from Alfie's house to Ellie's house. It could have been from Ellie's house to Kofi's house. There are lots of different answers. Time to move things on again. At the top of the page, I have got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have identified a week as the whole. There's different ways you can say a week, but I've chosen to write this. I'm going to do an example. I am going to say this sentence, and I'm going to choose a part of a week. So if a week is the whole, then Tuesday is part of the whole. Now I want you to do the same thing again, and I want you to, still having a week as the whole, I want you to say or write down 3 different sentences where you are identifying different parts of the whole. Off you go. Now, my job, can I say one that you didn't say or didn't write down? Let's start off. If a week is the whole, then Friday is part of the whole. Maybe you said that, maybe you didn't. Now, one I don't think you would have said, maybe you did, is this. Now, if you can see, I've made the size of what I'm going to write down as my part to be a bit bigger. This is also true. If a week is the whole, then Saturday and Sunday are part of the whole. Perfectly fine to include multiple parts together as a part of the whole, because we can see that Saturday and Sunday are both within our whole. Now another way, another challenge for you is to complete this. Now it's exactly the same sentence scaffold, but watch. This time I'm going to put a week not as the whole, but as the part. So if something is the whole, then a week is a part of the whole. I wonder if anyone can complete that. Did you have a go? Okay, I'm going to say this out loud. If a month is the whole, then a week is a part of the whole. Let's see if I can do that a different way. If a year is the whole, then a week is a part of the whole. There's lots of different ways to do that. If you're not sure about that right now, don't worry. Tomorrow we're going to go more over some examples similar to that. Now here is another example. Here we have a group of sheep. That is what I have identified as our whole. Now I've made a really small little change to our sentence scaffold because I've written the word are just before the part of the whole rather than is. I want to see if you can identify multiple parts together that are a part of the whole. Now, if that doesn't make sense, let me have a go. If the group of the sheep is the whole, then the black sheep are part of the whole. There's 3 of them, but they are still part of the whole. Pause the video and see if you can identify another group of objects that is a part of the whole. Did you have a go? Different ways you might have done this. I'm going to share 2 which would be correct. So, if the group of sheep is the whole, then the white sheep are part of the whole. Did you say that? Maybe. Here's the third one that I've come up with. If the group of the sheep is the whole, then the lambs are part of the whole. 3 different ones you might have said. Now here I've got 3 different sentences written about the same group of sheep. Same as before, I want you to work out whether you think each sentence is true or if it is false and why. I'm going to read the sentences to you, then I want you to pause the video and work out for each one. So the first sentence, if the group of sheep is the whole, then the farmer is part of the whole. Second sentence, if the group of sheep is the whole, then the black sheep are part of the whole. Third sentence, if the group of sheep is the whole, then the ear of one sheep is part of the whole. Have a think, pause the video, and then we'll go through the solutions. Did you do it? Hope so. Okay, let's go through the first sentence. The group of sheep is the whole, then the farmer is part of the whole. That sentence is incorrect. The farmer is not in our group of sheep, so it cannot be a part of the whole. The second sentence, if the group of sheep is the whole, then the black sheep are part of the whole. What do you think? True? Yep. We just went through that sentence before, checking if you were listening. The third sentence, if the group of sheep is the whole, then the ear of one sheep is part of the whole. What do you think about this one? This one is true. Even though it's part of something bigger, we can still say that the ear of one of the sheep, in fact, the ear of any of the sheep would be part of the whole. Time for you to do some more practice of your own. I want you to find different sets of objects around the house with parents or other adults' permission and either write 3 sentences to describe different parts of each whole or tell an adult or somebody else the same sentences. Obviously, make sure you use the same sentence scaffold of if is the whole, then is part of the whole. Different examples or ideas for you. You could use groups of toys. You could use a dinner plate with its cutlery. You could use the fruit bowl. You could use items of clothing. There's some ideas for you, or you can come up with your own ideas. Same as before, like I said, either write 3 different sentences for each whole or say them aloud. Pause the video, have a go at doing that. Time for one final challenge for you. I want you to this time write pairs of sentences when the whole in the first sentence then is a part in the second sentence. Here's an example for you. The first sentence, if my room is the whole, then the clock is a part of the whole. We had that example today. And now my second sentence, I've moved my room from being the whole to now being a part. So my sentence changes to, if my house is the whole, then my room is a part of the whole. Now, here's some ideas to help you. You could use the United Kingdom like we used before. You could move the video back to use that map, or you could use a different map of your own. You might want to draw a picture of your walk to the shops, a little bit like I had a journey from someone's house to someone else. You could have a journey from your house to the shops. You could do your favorite toy and think about when that could be a whole and when that could be a part. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. The next lesson we'll move some of these ideas on and we'll think about things in a slightly different way.